Yeah. Woo. Yay. It says we're live at least. There we go.
Yes.
And I can't really read the chat this time because it will throw me off camera, so
Okay. I will try. But the good news is that here we are live. And welcome to Kiki and
hello.
Kibitz, Survivor Live podcast. Alex is in the frozen north of here, in other words, Canada.
Hello, yes. Hi from Canada. You're only gonna see me here today because next week I'm back home.
We should keep him here on the continent of North America. I,
Yeah,
I
someone
want to
kidnapped
keep
me, give
you.
me a lot of money, and put me like in an apartment where I can have like, a successful life.
You could do well here. Even, I mean, yeah, you could do well. We have Amazon. Anyway, cool. So here we are, Survivor Live. Yeah. And
Hey.
what did you know what, before we get into the episode, I'm just dying to ask you, like, what do you think of this season so far? Now we're 6 episodes in, which is considerable.
Yeah,
Any feelings about these changes and updates? Were they long
not a fan.
overdue? Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Okay.
Um, and like they're really overproducing and they're trying too much to make it like um they're trying too much to make it like super special and fireworks and whoa and whatever.
Yeah.
But like you've seen in past seasons that you can have fireworks in a good season of Survivor without all of this extra stuff. It's not
Yeah.
needed. This twist, this episode was not needed.
You
Like
didn't like that. Okay.
I didn't like it, no. And it's like, I don't know, I like that we have the episode to really get to know the players like on a merge basis before we got into it. I like that. I did not like the twist at all, but we can talk more about it
We
later.
can talk
It's
more
like
about that.
this
So you just
season,
wanted
like
to
the
go back
people.
to where it was before. What about the pace?
Hmm.
So, and by the way, I guess I don't really have an opinion about this. That's why I'm asking yours. I don't
Hmm.
have like anything to say
Hmm.
about it, but um the pace of it. What are your thoughts on
I
that?
don't
Like
think the
I
pace is
still
any.
feel like I'm gonna feel cheated because there's fewer days, but I have no basis for feeling that way.
I don't think that there's like really a big difference in the pace. I think people are still playing on the same level that they have in like the previous Modern Age seasons. It's still very Modern Age because they've all kind of been game bots even with 39 or 26 days. What I think we're not seeing is obviously that it's a lot more strategy heavy because they have less like downtime because those 13 days that it took off, to my understanding, were usually days where they got to take like a break from what's going on. And I think that it can be good for the players to just constantly have the game on their minds and not like um worry about losing touch. But at the same time, I think that might also put a lot of pressure on the players. But
Well,
it
if
is what
you've
it is.
ever read some of those interviews with players from times past, they talk about having a lot of boring downtime, like sitting on the beach endlessly doing nothing, starving or whatever it is. So
Yeah,
maybe it does force them to stay on their game.
probably it is better for them, but like at this point, I understand the thing about like COVID that they're trying to keep the 26 days permanent, and
Yeah.
that would be fine in itself, but they're really like on top of that overproducing the shit out of the game, and it's just
No, they really are.
there's times where you want to watch and you want to support the people that you like, and you want to follow character plot stories, and you want to root for someone who's like a hero, and you want to root against someone who's like terrible, and you want to like have a guilty pleasure person that you want to root for because they're like a villain and other people don't like them. But this time it's just like, okay, like it's hard to really connect with the people as people because they're all so, you know, everything is so game body and strategic and
Explain
um
what you mean by game bot. You mean they know the game so well that it's almost like well,
there's
what do
like
you mean? I
people,
don't really know what you mean.
there's like people whose personality you don't really get to see a lot because all of their content is about the game, and
I see.
You know, when like Liana mentioned this in like one of her
Hmm.
confessionals this episode, when she talks about like Tiffany being charismatic and fun and like
Yeah.
everyone loves to be around her, we don't get to see that on the episode. We get
No,
to see
she
like,
does not look. She looks like she just looks
yeah,
anything but, right?
we get to see like a lunatic strategist, which apparently, based on like the edits, is
Paranoid.
not the case. Tiffany seems to actually be really highly intelligent from what I've seen this
Oh,
episode.
I agree.
So,
But
you
I
know,
think she comes across as paranoid
yeah,
and
that's what they
has a
want us to think.
negativity around her, like
Hmm.
aura of
And
negativity.
I
Yeah.
just don't think, I just don't think that some of these people are like presented to their full potential. And then you have Heather, who is getting no fucking content at all, and it makes me sad for her.
Maybe she just sucked really bad. What if they cut all they might have had a bunch of scandalous footage and cut it.
You know, I haven't heard any scandals about Heather really.
I haven't either.
But
No, I'm just saying maybe it was like they didn't, maybe she was more interesting than we know and they just didn't put it in.
there
I
was a
don't know.
secret scene
Maybe
that
she
was
did
really
something
funny
bad.
with her.
Was
Nah,
there? Where
you've
did you
had
see
plenty of
it?
on like it was like posted on an Instagram account that I follow. But there have been plenty of bad players in the past that got a lot of content. So like,
Yeah.
why not give some to Heather, even if she's not like
Yeah.
a major plot point? Because it's so predictable that at this point, as soon as Heather does get content, we're gonna see her that episode and maybe the one after, and then she'll be gone. I hate it. I hate it for her.
And I just don't care about any of them at all. No, I'm kind of, yeah, no, actually, so that's probably a good way to jump into the episode. So, like, do you have your favorites now? Because I feel like
Um,
I definitely am. And I will tell you, like, the one that's so crazy is Shan, who I simultaneously hate and root for at the same time, but more hate.
Shan is
Ricard, I
like, I
haven't
don't know.
decided.
Shan is someone that I want to like as a person.
Yeah.
Actually, let's say it this way. Shan is someone that I like as a character and a person because of who she is and how she presents herself, but absolutely cannot like put my head around what she's like as a player because she's painted as this mastermind, which I'm sure she's good at like she obviously managed to get through her tribe without receiving any votes, but she's making so many stupid mistakes every episode that make you think like, how do you even do this? How does she talk in front of Tiffany about an advantage that Tiffany doesn't know about?
I
Like,
know.
how do you
It
just
was
how,
almost passive aggressive, right? It was like she was throwing Liana under the bus, which why would she do that? So it had to have been a mistake.
maybe it's because they're like fatigued or starved or something, but that was just something inexcusable from a strategy perspective.
Even I know that.
And she's done it like every episode that we've seen her. She did something that makes you go like, why did she just do that? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like I
So
Shan is definitely.
I apologize. Keep going.
I was just gonna say Shan is definitely someone that's obviously has potential to be one of the greats, but the problem that I'm seeing with her is that she lets her paranoia get to her way too easily. There's no reason for her and Ricard not to be like this, but they're not like this. They both don't trust each other.
Yeah, so that was really weird. So we open the episode and then it's just after tribal council and these guys are fighting. And they're
Yep.
fighting about like I mean, I don't even know. Shan wants the
Ricard
advantage
is in the
back.
right. Ricard is in the right here.
Okay, tell me. Okay, so let's describe the problem first. So he's holding on to her advantage, right?
Right.
And that was his insurance that she wouldn't vote him off. Now Jeannie's
Yes.
gone and she wants
Mm-hmm.
her advantage back. And you say, and he won't give it to her. And you say, well, he's right.
Oh,
Why?
fuck. Sorry. Oh
You're
no.
upside
Okay.
down. Oh no, you said fuck on our
Okay.
podcast. You're fired.
Oopsie.
I'm just joking. You can do anything on our podcast if you keep
Okay.
your clothes
So
on.
Ricard is not particularly like correct about not giving the advantage back, but like in general, like his thought process about the whole thing that like if Shan and him are like this unbreakable team, Shan would just be fine with him having the extra vote because she arguably has the more powerful advantage at the time anyway. She also had the advantage of forming a bond with Liana on that island, which Ricard didn't have. Ricard is very powerless in the game. Shan is the only person that he has, and the only person that he has expects him to give up the one thing that gives him a head up in the game and basically puts him back into the same spot. I understand why Ricard is upset here, and I also understand why he's like sketched out by Shan because Shan's attitude
She's
towards the whole
sketchy.
thing was very like it was very like power hungry. I'm gonna call it power hungry.
Totally. I would also call it like, I think she's a little bit sleazy. I know she says she's a pastor, but she doesn't act in a way that
Nobody
gives
in
me
Survivor
any
ever does.
faith in her integrity. I know, but it's just like she's kind of slimy. I don't even feel like it's just play.
I think that people need to remember that this is a game for $1 million, so people are going to experience out of character moments and they're not going to act in a way that they would outside of the game. Um, I think, I don't know, maybe the money means a lot to Shan and she constantly has this pressure on herself that like she's potentially losing $1 million with whatever she does. Um, but yeah, it's like
It's not because I
she
don't love a villain, because I do. Like Sandra is my all-time favorite player. And she was
no,
but the difference between like a Shan and a Sandra is that Sandra is like in your face. She's like, I'm down and dirty and I'm proud of it. Like she just says who she is, but Shan's I don't know.
Shan's not super tactful about some things. Like she really, there's things where she should like accept that it's well, in my eyes, from what I'm seeing right now, because we don't know what the end result for her is because she's still in the game. But say Shan does lose the game, I think if she loses the game, the problem was that she wanted to be in control a little too much and she needed to like lay back and not do the most sometimes. Because Shan has all the qualities for a Survivor winner, but the paranoia is doing her in.
Yeah, we've seen it many times. So here's what I did not understand. At the point where they're arguing about that, they don't know if they're going to merge or not. So like they could have been in a situation in which it's one, they would have to, well, I guess you can't have that, right? What do you do if you have a team of two and then you go to tribal council? It's going to come down to the advantages.
They've done a fire making challenge, but in this case, I think Ricard would be automatically out because Shan would just use her idol and he would leave.
Yeah. So the advantage wouldn't have changed that. Anyway, I just thought it was too early for them to be having that discussion, considering like it seemed like they were in a situation where it was just two of them.
Well, it was high intensity and they like it was like brother and sister fighting. It was like really like I don't know. I think that it's not going to work out for both of them in the long run to be fighting like this. And it's probably setting up for a storyline where one votes the other out.
And I really felt, I was so glad that after the whole merge situation, they ended up on separate teams. So everyone's like, okay, we're merging, yay, merge feast. So they all go, right? And then they find out, no, it's not exactly what they think. And they divide them up. And and Shan and Ricard are on different teams, which I was really glad about that. That was a fucking hard challenge. I mean, I guess I didn't mind this particular twist.
It was a really difficult challenge. It seemed awful to do. And now they're like, okay, so you guys won this hard ass fucking challenge, but you probably only won it for food. Fuck your immunity. One of you's going home. Fuck you. Hate it. It's so poorly designed. They should have never exiled Erica for 2 days during the merge. They should have never given her the opportunity to make a decision for people she's not even fucking met yet. It's like so poorly executed. I hate it. I absolutely despise it. It's like one of these weird ass orc host twists where someone that's like not particularly a good host and just does it for shits and giggles, comes up with this concept and it's like, yeah, let's fuck with the players. Let's just like tell them they're safe and then they're not. It's fucking annoying. And he highlighted it so many times too. You're safe, use your merch, but like fuck that. I would quit on the spot if it was an online game. Sorry, that just needed to be let out. I did not like this at all.
All right, so switching topics for 1 second. How much do we love Nasir?
Oh,
Because
Nasir is
I
amazing,
fucking
and
love him. He's so funny and so cute.
I'm not at all looking forward to the moment he's voted out of the game. I
I
hope it's
know.
not for a long time. Maybe it won't happen at all, but
I
that's
mean,
gonna be
he
a fat
could
one if it
win.
does.
He's smarter than he comes across. I know he is. I swear he
Yeah,
reminds me of half of Silicon Valley that I've worked with.
I think that
I love how much joy he takes in it. Like
his
he acts like a
problem,
little kid.
mhm, his problem is that he is one of these players that wants to be tribe strong when he shouldn't be tribe strong,
Yeah, no,
in
he's
my
like, we
opinion.
would be proud Luvu. But then he immediately goes and tells production, yeah, and I have this immunity idol anyway, and I'm all set. So like he's for his, team, go team, but he is out for himself as well.
Yep.
You don't think so?
No, I do.
I
I do.
he's not gonna be a genie who's like,
Let me
let me
just
leave
put the
my
idol
advantage
back in the
here while I go
bush.
swimming.
It's
People will
gonna
make
be
me
totally
comments. What?
fine.
What? Oh my God, there's someone here we don't know. Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Um,
Oh,
so
is
Mary
it
thinks
again?
that Shan is the gangsta, and Wendy wants to talk about Tiffany more. Tiffany is
Yes,
too paranoid to last much longer. I agree with you, Wendy. She's too paranoid to last much longer.
I I don't think so. I think Tiffany's probably someone that we're gonna see more of just because um the way that she handled the whole situation with Liana is, you know, like yeah, obviously Liana didn't take it well, but the way that Tiffany communicated that it's totally fine that Liana didn't tell her about it at all, whatever,
But she
whatever.
was full of shit. Because later she
Exactly.
revealed that she was lying. And I didn't
She
believe
was
her
full of
the
shit,
first
but
time. She's trying to work Liana. I don't like that bitch. I do not like it. What do you think,
no, I
Wendy?
thought that it
Do
was
you like Tiffany,
fine.
Wendy? What's
Like
that?
I think that's exactly how you need to manage people when they have been hiding a secret from you. Instead of getting offended, you're just gonna pretend that you're supportive
Yeah.
and you don't sketch them out. Like Liana was obviously still sketched out, but in her situation it
Yeah.
was difficult. What I predict happening is that Tiffany probably uses the advantage against Liana and fucks her over if she wants to. She's just gonna like maybe tell Xander about it and it's like, hey, give your idol to me, and then Liana's gonna try to steal your idol and you don't have it, and then Liana looks stupid and it's voted out. That's kind of what I feel like is being set up here.
I don't know. So that merch feast looked amazing. I just
Oh,
wanted to
so
be
good.
there and I
They
wanted to
get to eat
binge
better
eat.
food. They get to eat better food than you have like at home at dinner sometimes.
I know. I
It's
was like ready to
intense.
call Uber Eats and just get a bunch of really good delivery. Come on over.
That would be a little expensive.
So anyway, so I was dying how the winning team, which was blue, right? The Ricard's team, how
Yes.
they got to
It was
pick
Ricard,
who
Evie,
I even wrote it down
Sydney,
right here. Yeah.
Deshawn,
Deshaun,
and
Danny, and
yeah,
Sydney. Yeah, and Ricard.
and
I wish
Nasir.
that they could
Yeah.
just be a team. And Nasir. I want those guys to just be a team. But anyway, so Erica totally called that they lied about doing rock, paper, scissors. There was no
I mean,
world in
come
which they
on,
were going to
that's
choose her.
so.
That was so mean, though. I
This
they
is why
did
the
do.
twist was shit. This is why the twist was shit.
Well, the
Did you see
twist not
Erica's
even done
reaction to it
twisting.
too? That's gonna be a gift somewhere. Like Erica's reaction to them announcing that it's rock, paper, scissors. She was just like,
I didn't even notice that should be a
all you
gift
need.
though.
That was funny. Um, I mean, no, it was fucked. Like all kinds of way, just inappropriate of a twist. They're screwing Erica over, and then they're like, okay, these people just screwed you. Would you like to take immunity from them? It's like, duh, she's gonna do it, of course.
No, but it's true that the consequences of that could be pretty damn intense, especially when the winners were most of her tribe mates. Then again, those tribe mates never liked her and never they wanted her
Well,
out of
they
the
had to
way.
also pick between two tribesmen. Like,
I know.
I think it's shitty that someone is about to basically get voted out of the game because of a rock. That's literally how it all started.
That's nothing new.
The person,
I
yeah,
mean,
but like,
that's nothing new.
now at least in a tribe swap, you have ways to like deal with your situation. At this merge, they're being screwed over 5, 6, 7 ways. They want a challenge in their mind. They're supposed to all be safe. They're making plans about the person that's potentially going home, and then they're told that the challenge, never mind, you might actually not be safe. You play for immunity, and then everyone's like just confused and doesn't know what to do. Like they're basically throwing away 2 days of bonding for drama, and it's just shitty, overproduced trash TV, to be honest.
My God, now I
They're entering
feel
that
stupid
territory.
for liking any of it.
Oh no, like
No,
I
I
still
get
love
what you're saying.
Survivor.
No, it's like in a game where the rules keep changing, how can you be strategic? That sounds like what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
If I kind
it's
of
like they're
break
just
that down.
raffling off $1 million
Yeah.
at this point. It's just sad for the people who signed up that they got stuck with such a weird ass season.
I feel I was very irritated with all of the Erica sob story montage, family photos. I was just like, why?
They've given everyone such a montage, and in Erica's moment, it was like appropriate because she has her Exile Island thing. Um,
Yeah.
and like,
Wouldn't
you
it be cool
know,
if she was all plotting their death instead of talking about her immigrant family who are probably
oh my,
next door to where you are right now? No,
oh my
Canada's
God.
huge. Canada's
No,
massive.
no, no, no. Don't
Yeah.
say
But
that.
wouldn't it have been cool if she
Um,
sat there and just made a burn list of everyone she was going to kill after the season? Like, I would have appreciated that. There's just not enough humor in this game. She's all, do you see Game of Thrones? She goes all Arya Stark and she's just like,
yeah,
Danny,
it's like I think
Deshaun.
it's I think it's nice that you actually get to know the players on a human basis because um that's like what previous seasons have kind of been lacking. You weren't able to really get to know players, and so it was hard to root for certain people. This time you kind of
Then
get to know
again,
people and their
getting
stories.
to know people doesn't only mean just knowing their drama. Like, getting to know me, like my drama, I'll break that shit out last. But there's a lot to know about me that's not that, right? Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I just was like, oh, really? You lost your video for a second. It was
I'm here.
terrifying. Yeah. Anyway, how would you feel if you were on Exile Island and how would you handle it?
It's really difficult for me to tell. Like
Do
I
you
think
camp or anything? Do you ever go outside?
no, yeah, no, not really. But the thing about Exile is like I think you kind of get a leg up on everyone as far as like making fire is concerned because you kind of like
Good
um
point.
you kind of like have to do it. The thing about Exile is that you kind of have a day to yourself where you can really reflect on all the things that you've done in the game so far and your plan
Hmm.
moving forward. But the other thing would probably be like me having intense anxiety about like, oh my God, these people are all talking, they're all talking without me. And in Erica's situation, it's like these people are all talking without me and they're all meeting for the first time. And I'm missing that. And I hate that. She should not be missing that. That is literally basically what they did is they gave her a fucking rock. They sent her to exile because she
I
wasn't allowed to
know, but
participate in the
now
challenge.
she can go
And they
ruin all their.
basically they no it's I don't think that she's gonna root they like completely tanked her game. Like I think Erica has no chance of making it far in the game after this.
I don't know. We'll
Because
find
at this
out.
point, they all discussed her as a vote because she's not there, and there were obviously going to be a decoy vote. She was obviously going to be a decoy vote, and she's not going to have a good time getting out of this. I don't think that she's long for in the game. because of what just happened.
I wish that I cared more, but I just don't. Because she bores me. I want the
She bores you
character. See,
because
I
they're
want
not
people
giving
to
her
be funnier.
content.
I know, but she's
Yeah,
not funny. If you're not
Sydney's
funny, I
funny and
just
people are
don't
giving
like
her a lot
you.
of shit for it.
Ricard is hilarious. He's bitchy too, man. He is like the cattiest dude. I fucking love him. I would totally
He
hang
is
with that guy.
basically he's basically like the typical gay that you would expect on Survivor, except that
Yeah, the
most
bitchy
gays are just
queen,
like
the bitchy
catty,
queen
but they're
gay.
not
Yeah.
like there's like bitchy queens that like to bitch a lot but not provide. And with Ricard, it's like he's the bitchy queen, but he also like is really intelligent and very
But he's
capable.
also an air host, and I can totally see it, him being all
Welcome to whatever airline he is on your flight to.
I would hang with that dude. I like him a lot. And I also like Deshaun a lot. I just want to look at Danny.
Mhm.
I don't care.
Oh,
I
I'm
want to
sure that they would
objectify
be
them
super
all.
fun to party with.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I might be starting to like Liana a little bit. Tiffany can just go away. She's very negative, I swear. Anyway, so any last points that you would like to make about this? I mean,
Um,
I don't know what's gonna. Oh, I did go play game within a game, and I'm not doing it anymore. Not even for this podcast. I'm not.
I
It's just
hate
not.
like
It's not worth it.
um it's sad to me that Liana might get screwed in a game because of some twist that she didn't pick. It's sad to me that Erica's getting screwed over by a twist that she had no control over. Like I think that a good handful of people in this game are getting screwed by the game dynamics rather than actually like they're all mistakes. They're like they like stumble
Yeah.
across an idol that like they found and then they have to
Right.
publicly reveal that they have it and then you know Liana gets this fucking protect your vote thing that Shan told her to do, and then Shan asks her in front of people if she got it. Like all of this stuff is like they're making people have a really tough time in a game, not because they made bad decisions, it's because other
Yeah.
people and production make bad decisions for them.
Yeah, I
It's
wonder
really
if they'll go
frustrating.
back to classic survivor mode after. But, having watched all 40 seasons of Survivor during COVID, I have to say that some of the stuff early on was really cool. Like, even before Immunity Idols came along. And even though, like,
Hmm.
season one was cool because nobody knew what the fuck was happening. And it was sort of like this. But
Exactly.
then also it looked like a grainy documentary. It was like it was before HD and like wide TV was a thing.
Yeah, the
So
early
funny.
seasons were nice because you actually got people to explore the game and figure out what it's
Yeah,
like. And
right.
now you're at season 41 and people are just like, I want to be the best player ever and I'm going to be super obnoxious about it. No,
Yeah.
just
Well,
what it
Richard
is.
Hatch was like that.
But he
Oh
won,
my
so
God, there's been so many good villains on this show. I don't know. We'll see
yeah.
what happens. I
Hmm.
just really wish I could get my friend who plays in a band who knows Lex's band. Wish we could get Lex on the podcast and we could do a long-term analysis and see what he
Maybe you
thinks.
can try for like one of the next episodes. Yeah.
No, wouldn't that be awesome? I should do it. He's my connection on LinkedIn. I should work that shit. I know. I'll be like, dude, I'll buy you dinner at the Crow's Nest, you and me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what will happen next time. What do you
Yeah.
think she's gonna do? What will little
My
Erica
prediction is
do?
Erica takes the immunity and like Erica takes the immunity, she throws the people that are vulnerable into the mix, the people that are safe into the mix and they're vulnerable. Um, and
And everyone hates her and
uh,
she goes
s-
home next time.
someone from Lulu's probably voted out, and um, yeah, I don't know who it's gonna be. Oh, I just want to highlight that I really fucking hate that Danny has to bring up that there's too many women all the time. It's like,
Oh,
it's
I
like,
know. What the hell? Oh, yeah, we have to say who MVP is and flop, as you say. I say biggest asshole. 'Cause that's our
I can't
little,
really pinpoint an MVP for this episode because we just haven't seen the tribal council and everyone was
yeah.
just getting like
Okay, we'll
um
count this one and next time as one episode.
yeah.
Okay, but
But
definitely the major fail of the episode was Shan all over the place.
yeah, I
She
don't know why
just
Shan
fucked
revealed
up
this
a
thing
lot.
to Liana.
Yeah.
And she gave Liana like no chance to rebound. And if I were Liana, I would just like cut it right there and be like, nope, nope.
No idea what you're talking about. I don't have
Yeah.
one.
Um,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Like honestly, like I want to throw Heather in the mix here, but I can't really put Heather in the mix. It's just they're not giving her anything
I
at
keep
all.
forgetting she's on the show.
They're
'Cause she
literally
has
they're
no,
literally pretending like she doesn't
yeah.
exist, and it's so weird.
Maybe she's
It's
super
really weird
boring
to
and
me.
she's just human filler.
No,
And
she seems so fun from like the things you do see from her. She had this whole inspirational moment, and then you're like, okay, bye. Back into the shadows you go.
she's not weird enough for me. I'm really into like weird people. Probably
Hmm,
because I'm kind of weird. But maybe
fair
you're
enough.
weird and that's why I like you.
I'm very
Yeah.
weird.
Think about it. I know you are weird in all the best ways. So that's awesome. And I hope you have a great time in Canada. When do you go back to the
I'm going back on
continents?
Saturday.
Okay. I
Yeah,
wish you could come to California. But have a
sometime.
great week. Enjoy
Thank you
yourself.
so much.
And thanks everyone for stopping by. And feel free to leave in the comments your opinions on these people, this
Yes.
game format. We want to know what you think. So
Tell us your comments, your MVPs, your LVPs, your
yeah.
opinions on the twists.
Yeah, your
I'm
projections of who will win. Oh yeah, and the most important thing, please subscribe to our channel
I'm
by
curious to see
clicking
if you
the
guys are more on
button.
my side or on Brianna's side as far as like
What do
our
you
opinions
mean?
go.
I know, here's the difference though. It's like, okay, you're a hard ass, but you also feel sorry for everyone. I'm not as much of a hard ass, and yet I fucking hate half of them and don't give a shit if it's there. So what is that? Like, it's a big mix. It's a mix. Anyway,
Thanks.
I'll talk to you soon and see you all next week, everybody.
Thank
Peace.
you so
Bye.
much.